Welcome to Meet the Candidate 2022, recording here from Dry Fly Distillery. My guest this morning is John Guenther, who is a candidate for U.S. Senate. And welcome, John.
Thank you.
And as we chatted a little bit before, this is the nonpartisan, non-political, let's get acquainted interview. And you were telling me a little bit about where you grew up.
Yeah, I'm from Alaska. I grew up there. I left to wrestle in college. But as growing up, I think when you're a tribal person, you really can't separate yourself from your generations. My mom's generation was a generation that went through World War II, and a lot of my uncles and aunts were taken as prisoner of war to Japan. My mom's family was taken off the islands and stuck in internment camps in Southeast Alaska, where, like, from our village, a quarter of them froze and starved to death, right? And so then she ended up going back home, and then they took her to go to Mount Edge Community Boarding School, where she learned to speak English. We spent a year at Wildwood, and there were tough times, but I think the memory I hold most profound for me was a basketball game where the local high school came out to play the boys from Wildwood, and they just crushed them. And I was only in second grade, and I wanted to play, but you know how it is. So but I learned a lot from it. Became president of the local high school and freestyle wrestling state champion, and then I got to go to college. I wrestled at Portland State, and then later moved to Spokane and got an MSW from EWU.
Wow, that's a lot crammed into one introduction. Fascinating to be growing up in the Aleutians.
I didn't grow up. I grew up on the mainland.
Okay.
But we were really,
The stories came with you and affected the family.
Yeah, I grew up with the Knights Indian tribe. Yeah. So.
Okay. So you've been in. You came here to Spokane area to get your MSW. Where are you living currently?
My wife and I live up on the South Hill.
Oh, okay.
All the kids are gone.
Okay.
They're all adults.
Okay. So when you were growing up on the mainland there, what kind of first jobs did you have?
Well, I worked commercially in the fishing industry. I worked both canneries, beach sites, and on the boats, and I loved it. I mean, I loved the hard work. I mean, there were times that, it got pretty scary, like, are we going to make it out of this when you're out on the ocean? Mm-hmm. But it was a great life for a 19-year-old kid. I'd go home during the summer in college, work the boats, and then go back and wrestle in college. So.
Okay. So you've had a little bit of travel experience just within your own life, going back and forth, and you said your wife's from near Yosemite, so you've got family around. Are there some travel experiences around the U.S. that have been part of shaping your view of the world?
Yes, there are. My wife her tribe was indigenous to Yosemite, and they moved them out, and there's a little tribe outside of Yosemite now, Southern Sierra Miwok. And, I have traveled all around, but, honestly, I truly love the state of Washington, from the Palouse Falls to Snoqualmie to Mount Rainier. I mean, it is a beautiful state. My wife and I were just driving up north towards Canada this last weekend. And, you go down to, the Palouse and see that. And I just love driving the state of Washington. It is a beautiful, beautiful place to live.
Okay. Well, it sounds like a good life. And, what is it that's, so life today, you are working here in the Spokane area. And you mentioned you're working with with children.
I work for the state of Washington.
For Child Protective Services, which is
I work for the state, and I have for many years, and it's good. It's a good job. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and so why interrupt a good life to run for public office? Because it's a big thing to step up for.
I look at so many different components to running, and really the thing that offended me the most was money. We are more than $30 trillion in debt. We have an 8.5 inflation rate. We have a situation here where we are sinking. So we stopped buying oil from different places, and we started buying it, and we're trying to buy it from like Iran and Venezuela and whatnot. But the money that is driving American politics corrupts it. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to run and I'm not going to take a dime from anybody. And I don't care if I go down in a ball of flames. I'd rather go down than win wrong. I will not take a dime from anybody, no donations. And I've had a lot of people say, hey, let me give you money. And I just say, no, I won't take it. If somebody left money on my front porch, I'd go donate it to the Salvation Army or something. I don't believe in it. We have ruined politics and it's disgusting. Here we are, more than $30 trillion in debt. And what are the politicians doing? They're standing out there with their hands open. You know, it's sad. I mean, look at all these different politicians. Every one of them are millionaires. Patty Murray is a millionaire. She didn't start as a millionaire. She's finishing as one. All of them are millionaires. The average member of Congress is a millionaire. It's insane. And I just couldn't abide it. And I decided to myself, you know, here we are subsidizing them while the country is going completely the wrong way. I mean, we are going into a debt. Now China's buying Saudi Arabian oil with Chinese digital currency, and they're trying to take over the international money market as opposed to the dollar being the currency that's accepted. And it may work. And we're still focused in on gimme, gimme, gimme. I don't want any part of that. I'll take my salary and nothing else. What we've done is sad. That's what inspired me.
Okay, so that's quite an inspiration. And so we're actually towards the end of our video here, and I'm going to give you that last minute wrap up to make your direct pitch to voters. Why should people vote for John Guenther for U.S. Senate?
In a very quick pitch, with crime, we are going to get judges to not allow people out on bail. I'm going to get involved in a local level. Prosecutors are going to do their jobs. They're going to prosecute and work in conjunction with the police. We'll fully fund the police. We will work with the police to untie their hands. We need to get rid of some of the, do not pursue laws. With education, we're going to focus on math, language arts, history, science, PE, vocational ed, and we are going to return education to the basics. As a tribal person, I can honestly say no more CRT, sex ed should be taught at home. There's just too many varying opinions about all these different issues for us not to return that to people. And with the economy, we have got to deal with inflation. We got to drill locally. We have got to get our energy. Why are we buying uranium from Russia right now? We stopped buying oil, but we're buying uranium from Russia. Why not get it from Wyoming? But we're not. Why aren't we getting oil from Alaska and North Dakota? When we drill in America, it's twice as clean. Our CO2 is the one country that continues to drop. India and China are exploding with pollution. We need to make changes and make changes now, but especially with this inflation. Drill and stop printing money.
Okay, that's a pretty strong argument for yourself, and I'm glad you could come and join us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From Chud Sr. to Dick Wendell, to Kristen and myself.
And now to our kids.
Our goal is to help people drive for generations.
From roll-up windows to power everything. From stick to automatic. From gas to electric.
No one can totally predict what technology is coming our way.
But I can guarantee we will be here before and after the sale, giving you the confidence for generations to come.
That's the Wendell way. Drive for generations.
Hey voters, join me, Kirk Cameron, on Saturday, September 24th with We Believe, We Vote at the Spokane Convention Center for a night of celebrating biblical citizenship.
Join We Believe We Vote for our annual fundraiser on Saturday, September 24th, 2022 with Kirk Cameron. For tickets and event information, please visit WeBelieveWeVote.com. That's WeBelieveWeVote.com. We'll see you there.
Weather in the inland Northwest can wear you down. And if your gutters are in poor condition or you do not have gutters, you could suffer damage that could cost a fortune to fix. Rainman Seamless Rain Gutters has almost 30 years of professional experience in serving the inland Northwest region and strives to ensure customer service that is second to none from the time you call to the end of the project.